Alright, so next Android TV box we're going to have a quick look at. That's the TV007. As you see from my other video, I did have a quick glimpse of this. We just didn't carry on through it because the video was already long enough doing the other one. So as I said before, you just get yourself something just to break around the seals. You know, don't use a knife like I have, because you might slip and cut yourself. But just remember, when you do go in here to try and pop the lid of it, as you put your knife in, put it down on an angle that way and push out the side of the casing. Don't try and push to lift the top, otherwise you can snap the clips. Okay, and I'll show you what clips I mean. So you'll see here those little clips there, got the wee thing on them. So if you don't actually spray out the bottom first, you'll break them. As you can see, those two there I broke. Okay, now for cool down, this one here is actually running, well, it gets a bit hot and then it locks up, freezes up. She was actually getting right up to 90 something degrees, which is way too hot, and that's from brand new. So a couple of things you can do to fix this problem. If you have got enough room, you can put a fan in. Initially, we get this out of there. Is there enough room in here? So initially we probably could get away with maybe putting a fan. You'll see there's no grills there, so we'd actually end up having to cut a hole in there anyway. So therefore there'd be enough space, because you cut a hole big enough and actually have it protruding down through the bottom. Just make your feet a bit bigger. It's the same thing, if you do go to put a fan and you haven't got enough room, you can just cut a hole and then just make your feet a bit taller, and then that way your fan can still protrude out the bottom. For this one, we're not going to wire in a fan, and that there, you should only do it if you know what you're doing. Of course, people that know what they're doing will be soldering that up to one of the spare USB slots on the 5-volt. Now that's if it is a 5-volt. Now as it is, that one's a 12-volt, so we wouldn't even be using that one. Right, so anyway, now for cooling. So this one's running about 90, gets up to 90 something degrees, and then it just freezes. So obviously everything's getting too hot. This here has been put on an angle. It's not quite on there right, but that's all fine. So what I'm actually going to be doing, I'm going to put another piece on here. Even though that's alloy on there, I'm going a wee bit overkill. So I'm actually going to be putting a piece of copper on here. And then on top of the piece of copper, I'm also going to give it a piece of alloy. And copper absorbs your heat, okay, but your alloy disperses it, okay. So, and then here, we won't be worrying about putting copper plate on there. I'm just going to be putting the heat sink, so we're going to be putting that on there. This one over here on here. Now these heat sinks, I have made them myself. These here you'll be able to make from, like this is actually an old casing off a 240 volt inverter. So I've just, and that's solid alloy on the outside. So I'll just cut it. And this, if you have got heat sinks with thinner grills, you are going to be better. These grills are way too thick. You should have nice thin grills, so that way the heat can actually get out of it a lot quicker. Anyway, this is what we're going to do to help cool this down. And this one's for the underside, for those RAM chips that are on the other side. So take that back off. Get some CPU paste on there. And of course, we've got that one there, but that's actually top side, so I'll do that one last. So let's quickly get these ones done. So first of all, we want to get some CPU paste. Alright, some cooling paste. Put a blob on there. Oh shit. Blob on there. Blob on there. Now you don't want to put too much, because you don't want this coming off the sides of them, going all over your capacitors and everything else. Okay, you only want it on these chips. Right. Now, if you haven't got a spatula thingy to smooth them out, you can make yourself one out of, say, a milk bottle lid or something of the similar. And what you can do, you don't have to actually smear it out evenly. Okay, now I'll show you why you don't actually really have to. It's just I want to get a nice even coverage on it. But let's just say, for instance, that middle one, let's go ahead and put the cooling plate on here. Now if I was to put some pressure on that, alright, so now I'm going to lift it up just to show you without smearing. how far it actually covered. So you see that one dot actually covered quite a bit. Okay, but I am going to actually just cover that to the edges a bit more. Alright, so we've got them on. Nice one. As we're sitting at 90 something degrees, so we'll see if this makes a difference. Now, just a note too, if you are someone that wants to put on a different ROM, you know, if you're wanting to boot from a different operating system on it, normally on these on the later model ones, you go for your headphone socket. I think your AV's in and out here, and there's a wee switch at the back of it. So you put it through a toothpick. Don't use something metal. If you use something metal, you could short it out. And you know, especially because you know, if you're pressing that button when the power's going through it, if you short it out with a bit of metal, you could stuff your whole thing. So make sure you use something that doesn't conduct electricity. So use a toothpick to go right through. With this one, it's not there. With this one, you've actually got to pull it apart to get to it anyway. So this one is the actual button here. Your BIOS button or reset button. Yeah. Where are we? We're going to put this back in now. Just put it in gently, because of course this stuff hasn't been on here very long. So we just want to be gentle with it. It's the same thing. We're going to put a little bit of CPU paste on here. You don't have to do this. This is just what I'm doing to make these last a bit longer, and so they're not running so hot. And you know, laptops and that, you know, you're right, 90 something degrees up to 100 degrees on a lot of them, but yeah, it's normally when your CPU paste is worn out or your coolers run out or coolant inside it. Realistically, you want it, you know, under 90 degrees and under 80 degrees if you can. And there's that last one, if you watch my last video, the last one we did, we managed to bring the temperature down between 30 and 35 degrees. Was it 25 to, no, 25 to 30 degrees? Yeah. So we got the last one, it was sitting at 82.9 and 84 degrees, and yet the chip that was happening to is only good for 85 degrees max. So it was right on the verge of just going to, you know, end up overheating it all and just blowing it up over time. Not very long of a time either. So, and we've got it all the way down to 50 degrees and 52 degrees. So that's a 30 and 30, low 30 something degree improvement. This one here has been sitting at 90 something degrees. I think it was 96 degrees. 94 point something and 96. It was fluctuating between. Sometimes going down to 92 degrees. So now that we've put these cooling plates in, we'll plug her in and we'll see how we go if we've got it a bit cooler. Now, last video we did, I did quickly go over the aerial 2.4 and the 5G. Now you notice this one here. Alright, so this one here has got the 2.4 aerial here, and there's the 5G over here. Okay, so this one's great. This has got the proper aerial in it. Just it's a bit of an older system than the other one. The other one's a newer system, but with only one aerial. That, I mean, it could even be 5G still and 2.4, but it just doesn't have the 5G, the funny hexagon square shape. But anyway, right, so there we go. Let's plug around and see how we go. So it's a plus. We've now got this one running 30 degrees lower as well. So this one's sitting around 68 degrees now, and it was up around 96, 92 to 96, or 92.9 up to 96. So now it's yeah, a lot less. It's sitting around 68, so that's all good. Now, one thing I did forget to tell you, initially after putting all the cooling things in, you do want to have somewhere where the heat can escape as well. I do notice with these smart boxes, they may put some air grills underneath the bottom, but they don't have anything on the top of the circuit board. And of course, heat rises, so all the heat just coagulates in this thing here, and everything gets hotter and hotter and hotter. So, you know, a way for us to keep this a little bit cooler. Do remember, once you've got the casings off and everything out, just drill some holes either around the top edge of this to let some, so that way the hot air can escape, Or if you wanted, you could put some, holes in the actual top, on the actual top piece. Problem is going to be dust, but you can get the foam filter stuff and put inside there. Or you could get like a half piece of pipe, cut a pipe long ways in half and put it along the top of the holes you've made, and then that way there's only exit points at each end and the dust can't go directly in there. But anyway, so I'm actually going to quickly take this apart because I forgot to put the holes on this. I want to put some holes on there all around it so that way the heat can actually dissipate and escape from it. Alright, so don't forget to leave a like. Hopefully it's helped you with getting your TV box to go a bit cooler for you anyway. It's worked for me, so I know it should work for you. Right, enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, check out the channel. There's many other hints and tips there you can on a range of things: TV boxes, aerials, consoles, gaming, computers, PC, whatever. Check it out. You might find something you need. Good luck. And now we've done that, you should have no more problems with your TV box freezing up on you. If your TV box freezes continually, you're not watching a movie, you just got into the options menu and it freezes, you've got to do a reboot all the time. Feel it. If it's really hot, that's going to be an issue, okay? Computer components don't like being extremely hot. So now we've just cooled this down, and initially, actually, me touching this is actually probably a third of the heat that it used to be sitting at. So even without the holes to get the heat out of here, it is still actually well, at least 2 times colder than it was going anyway. Okay, enjoy having a TV box that won't freeze on you anymore. Well, less chance of it anyway.